This one was shot out with an AK-47. And I've got some big clients.
Service with a smile now.
Feel more comfortable. I feel more comfortable. I can't afford to get scammed. There's no way. I can go back and I can tell him, you don't have to fear. There's no need to be fear. I'm Jan from Australia. In Australia, I do bus driving, school bus driving. I do cleaning. I've got my own carpet cleaning business. And I do diesel mechanics. Yeah, and chef.
My personal chef.
Yeah, I make food. I love food. I'm a foodie. This one was shot out with an AK-47.
He didn't actually feel it.
You don't feel it.
No.
Because they were
Too fast.
ambushed, so he was running.
Yeah.
They shot me in the back.
That's when you were a police officer?
No.
In the army.
In the army, yeah.
Yeah, so
They shot me in here.
and he just
Yeah.
kind
And
of
it blew
felt
the
funny.
whole kneecap.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And then I was still running for about 20 meters.
Oh, you kept going?
Yeah, before he fell.
I didn't know I was being shot. When they shot me, I was running. When they shot me, I was just
Yeah.
like, I thought it was, you know, like you step on a piece of grass or whatever.
Yeah, you stopped a little.
You don't feel the pain.
Yeah.
You're full of adrenaline, eh?
Yeah. I can imagine.
You try and run away with people shooting you with AK-47.
Yeah.
So your adrenaline is quite high.
Yeah.
So you don't feel this.
Yeah.
And just before I got to the helicopter, I fell down. Obviously, because then my knee
Yeah, there's nothing left to.
down, and they picked me up and they put me in the helicopter and we fly down.
Alright.
Couldn't eat food. I battled to bite it in small pieces because I only had a tooth here, 6 here, nothing here, one day, one day,
Yeah.
and that's that.
Yeah.
It was really hard. It started to affect my health as well. Bloated. I get bloated after every meal I eat because I swallow big chunks of food. And before the food could go through my body, the next meal is on. So that happened again, and it happened again, and it happened again. It started to get to me really big time. And Tony said to me, I think we need to do something about your tooth. And I saw the doctors over there. I spoke to my doctor. He said to me, well, I fix my teeth or I eat food that is soft.
Baby food.
Like baby food. I've done quite a bit of research into this. Quite. And I know I drive you up the walls, because that's who I am. Asking you all questions. I mean, if you take reality in today's life, the internet is a playground, but it could be a very dangerous playground as well. And not good, it is. And for me, I can't afford to get scammed. There's no way. I can't afford it. Yes, no one can, but to me it was a big thing. I've got to do research to find out whether you are legit or whether you're not. And playing on the internet and playing around, and found out that, like, no, there is such a place in Vietnam. Because I Googled it, I Googled his name, and it came up, it says there. I Googled his name, and it came up, and it says there, Dr. Yui and whatever. And then she's got a friend over here. And I said, get your friend, go and have a look, where's this place? Does it exist? I want to know. Because, like I said, it's not that I don't trust the internet. Not at all. You should see me when I order
car parts
or anything off the internet. I'm on them. I'm on them like you wouldn't believe it. If I pay, I want to see that, where did I pay? I want to see where you are. if you don't have a physical address, I'm not buying from you. That's point. If you don't have a physical address, I'm not buying from you. That's how I am, because so many people get scammed. And then with this whole doofing, in Australia, the people is really scared to come over to do it because of the scam. There's a lot of things on the internet which Dubai, you can go to Bali, you can go to Thailand, you can go to Bangkok, Saigon. There is thousands of people that's advertising to do this type of thing. Even in here in Vietnam, and I was speaking to all of them.
So in Australia, you did a comparison with 3 companies?
Yeah, no more, 5.
5.
5 in Australia, but I've done first. I first talked to all of you guys, and as I made you walking up the walls, the other woman, I made her walking up the walls as well. Don't you worry. And I asked the questions, and I asked it like this, and then I turn it around and ask her the same questions, just move it around to see. And you were the only one to give me a quote.
An itemized quote.
An itemized quote.
And an itemized
No one else would give me
itinerary
that.
of, this is what you can expect.
This is the medicine you're going to use. This is the appointments you're going to have, This is what we cover. This is what you cover. This is this. This is this.
No one else
No one else would do it. They did give me a quote, like just, we'll pay 50% of your flight tickets. She first said to me, the one woman, she said to me, we will reimburse $500 of your flight tickets.
You get free accommodation.
Yeah, free accommodation, no pay for accommodation, no pay for travel to the clinic and back and all that. And I said, okay. And then when I talked to her again later on, I said, so can you put it down for me? Put it on a quote. Say to me how much money you're going to reimburse me for my flight tickets. Yeah. Tell me all those things, but tell it to me in a quote. Don't tell it to me on the phone. I want it in writing. I want to show you when I get there. You're not going to fool me. Yeah. And then she goes, no, that's all right. We will reimburse you $200 to $300. And I thought,
it started off at 5, but then it's 2 to 3.
I said, no, mate. I said, you can't say to me 500 and now 300 or 200. I said, you said to me 500. Put it there. I've got it on where you write it to me. I said, put it on your, give me a quote. Yeah. I said, what you give me is not a quote. And I can't go according to it. She phoned me 3 times a day. Yeah. She phoned me about 3 times a day. And she never gave me a quote. She reckons that is the quote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then I said to Tony, you're the only one out of this lot that actually gave me a professional quote. I see it as a professional quote because you stated there what medicine I'm going to use. This is my doctor. My doctor is existing. This is, and all that. And I could go, that's why I choose you. And then when in Australia, I found up 5.
So we talked to dentists in Bundaberg, in Hervey Bay, Brisbane, and in Sydney to do comparisons on, because if it was going to be cheaper to do and fly to Sydney and do it than what it's going to be in a regional Queensland area, then we would do it because it's for his benefit, health-wise, aesthetically, like when he's dealing with customers in his private business, just his whole image, So we were prepared to travel. That wasn't an issue. But the cost in Australia made it unaffordable. And you can take it out of your super. But
No.
if you take it at $80,000 plus out of your super at our age,
There's no super left for you.
there's nothing left.
So you can't.
You can't make up that amount of money in the few years we've got left of working. It's just unattainable. And
It was just not the real.
like to go to India or somewhere, I wasn't reading good reviews.
I mean, except for you guys at Vism, and you explained it the best. No one else explained it the same.
Yeah.
But you guys explained there that, like it's not about whether you get your flight ticket reimbursed or whether you get, it is about the quality of the work. So with the quality of the work, I need your commitment as well. You done all that, and I know in Australia they would have done a good job because they do.
They do, yeah.
They do. There's no way about it, but I don't know. I'm no millionaire. I can't afford it. That's just I can't afford it.
Yeah.
Just for that, the one doctor's appointment and the cone scan, $800. Then he wouldn't write to you what he see.
No.
That's another $250 on top of that.
There were cheaper places,
Um,
but the information done verbally and then done in writing, and the support verbally and in writing
Yeah.
are the selling factors, because you're able to say it and then you're able to back it up with it in writing,
Yeah.
and then you're able to provide it, the service.
Also, when I talk to you on the phone, I know what I asked you before, but I turn it around to see if you got the same answer in it.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on that.
You know what? I needed to know that you gotta, this is what you say. And this is what you meant. I never met you, so how must I know? And I had to do this to get my own satisfaction out of it, like my own
To trust.
trust out of it. That's why I've done it. That's the only reason why
So
I've
you
done
might
it.
have thought, he keeps asking me these same questions in different words.
In different
I
ways.
don't even think I really noticed it, to be honest.
I just swing it around. That's
Yeah.
just my
So that-
background when I was in the corps. That's what you do
Right.
to get somebody
Because you
guilty.
can't keep up the lies, right?
Yeah, that's
That's
what
it.
you do when you found somebody guilty. Like you ask him a question, and then you spin the question this way and you spin the question that way. And if he's a liar, you get 3 different answers.
So, they were giving, one time it's 500 on your airfare, the next time it's 300 on your airfare.
Yeah.
So you weren't getting the same answers each time you were talking to them and asking for further information, where when we spoke with you, each time we were getting the same information, and
That's the
any
thing.
question that we asked, because we'd sit down and work out the questions beforehand, so that when we're talking to you, then it's like, oh, now I wanted to ask about such and such,
Yeah.
and that's why you sometimes you were getting him,
Yeah.
and sometimes I would be there as well, because I'd have my own set of questions that I wanted to ask that he hadn't thought
It
of.
was like a police interrogation then.
Yes, you were being interrogated.
You were.
And then we
Totally
discuss
you
it later on
Yeah.
to go, well, did you get the answer you wanted? What were you seeking to find out? And that's, and just like from the beginning, I always lent your way because I was more comfortable. It's those things that we were sussing out and looking, are you legit? Then, okay, yes, I feel you are legit. Okay, well, let's go a bit further. And everything that we were able to ask you could answer and the extra support that you gave to us in assisting us with our visas and
especially the last bit with the plane tickets
once
as well.
the decision was made that we're going ahead
You know,
with
like
this.
you said, well, I paid your plane ticket because I trust you. And that says a lot to me. That says a hell of a lot to me. And then that's why Tony said to you, well, okay, we'll reimburse you the money straight away. Because that says, to me, that says, well, okay, this is not a thing I'm going to get to Vietnam and, bloody hell, nobody knows I'm here.
So flight's over, getting here, like just everything was organised by you and it just all worked. So, you know, being picked up, knowing...
Went smooth, it went smooth,
Yeah.
Smooth sailing, all the way.
So
all the way.
everything was just organised. We didn't have to stress or worry about anything.
You've done a really good job. I'm very pleased with it. Yes, I've got to get used to it, as I know how prosthetic is working. So it might not be as easy for someone else than it is for me. My pain tolerance is very high. I can withstand very high pain. But in saying that, I had less pain than I thought I would have had. You know? When I came over, I was making sure I bring the bloody strongest medication I can use, because I'm going to be in pain. And okay, my pain level is high, but I can tolerate it. But I don't want to be in pain all the time here, and you can't even go out in the street because you're sitting there and feeling sorry for yourself, type of thing. And yeah, I think I took Palaxia twice. That was just because I thought, well, if I take Palaxia, I'm not going to stand up during the night because it knocked me out. So that's why I took it. I didn't really needed it.
No, yes.
I didn't take any of the painkillers you guys gave me.
He didn't need them.
I didn't need them. That's the biggest fear of people. Want to do this? Is they afraid of the pain. They can't handle the pain. You know, like you take a tooth out. You're walking around like this for a whole day. Here you take 6 tooth out and I don't even know you took them out. You know? That type of thing. I think if more people will get that message, more people will come. It all went really well, and I didn't have any hiccups with the implants. Didn't bleed after I left here. Everything was good. I got back there and
We went out to the old quarter and went shopping, and I expected we were going to be spending days in our room, and we were out.
Yeah.
We were out, I were out every day so far. I'm walking around the whole place.
He can actually bite.
I can just go boom, and it cuts the food off. Okay, wow, I could never eat a bun with tomato on. And because when I bite, I couldn't chop the tomato properly. And then when you take it away, tomato and everything in the bun comes out. So it's difficult to eat. Now with this, you put a bun in your mouth and go, there you go. there you go. But I mean, I had to see for myself that is good. And it is 100%. Now I said thank you to Dr. Yuri. I was so surprised when I ate the bun. I go, that's good. Yeah, I can do that again. The last bit of the bun, I go, yeah. To me, what the other bonus is, in Australia, they would have put plastic tooth in my mouth for the time being. just normal plastic tooth for the time that I'm going to wait for my real tooth. And when you guys show me this, and I go, yeah, okay. That's what they would put in for the permanent
final.
ones.
That is true, yeah.
But I would have put this in for the permanent ones, not for the temporary ones. So yeah, I was quite surprised by that. All the photos that I sent over to my family and to people that we know, the one guy said to me, "Who are you? Where are you coming from?"
Because he's never known Jan with teeth.
He's like my son.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's very good friends with me, and he never know me with tooth.
Yeah.
And I sent him the photo and go, look at me.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Who are you?" I don't know you.
But like even like the change in his face,
Yeah.
like
It's all filled out, right?
it's his face is filled out now instead of being sunken in. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
he doesn't need to hide behind the big moustache anymore.
No.
It's bad if you're speaking to a client, and I've got some big clients
Yeah.
that I do business with, and there's no tooth in your mouth.
It
And you
doesn't.
can't smile to them because then they're going to see you sit with one tooth sitting there and there's nothing else to see and a couple there.
Yes.
Yeah, so when you're trying to run a professional business and close an $8,000 deal, that's it. Service with a smile
can.
now.
Feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
I feel more comfortable.
A lot of the ones that advertise, they can be done in a week, and
Yeah, you can eat
It's-
fully after 2 days.
and I'm just like,
Yeah, 2 days.
That's
in
it,
Vietnam, yeah.
Yes.
we were comparing, and that's why we were
I
asking
asked the one.
why.
I asked that one that said I can within 2 days. Only take 2 days. Full mouth of implants. Sharp. I can go home. I can eat. No worries.
A week.
And
you're here.
I talked to her. It's also a woman, and I said like a curiosity from my side. How can you do this and you don't give it time to heal, naturally heal? You put stuff in there and it's going to come loose because there's nothing to fuse it. I mean, I'm no doctor, but I can think. And I said to me, no, new technology, cement. They cement it in. It's new technology. They put cement with the
So that's
with the implants.
so there's
So
there's
they put
definitely
your
got to
tooth
be
in
some
2
dodgy
days,
ones
only
out
2
there
days.
for sure. But
Then you're done, and you're good to go. You can
Yeah.
eat whatever you want to eat. Only 2 days. And I was like, nah, not falling for that one. I'm not falling for that one. I can go back and I can tell him, well, like your fear is, you don't have to fear. There's no need to be fear. Yeah.
like if we were to come across somebody else,
Yeah, they are going to ask me. I know that. When I get back, everybody at work, we are like, how many drivers? 29 drivers. They are going to ask me about it. There is one woman that said to me, I first want to see how you come back.
we didn't have any of the
Any swelling? I didn't have any swelling, or I didn't have nothing.
Yeah, I was scared that he'd come back and he'd the gums would be bleeding and sopping it all up. But there was none of that. It was just
No blood at all.
you didn't know.
Yeah,
Go for it.
that specific woman that I'm talking about, that said, I want to see when you come back. I will show her. She will see me, and then I'm gonna go. No, you can. I'll give her your details as well.
So if other people are wanting to contact Jan or myself to ask advice or how was our experience, we would be happy to speak
I would be
with
happy
people.
to give him the information that I received, like that will make him feel more comfortable as well. I feel that is a breakthrough for you guys as well, because most of the time people don't want to come because they can't trust the internet. That is the biggest thing. They can't trust the internet. Number two, they think they're going to get butchered because it happens overseas. They do get butchered. I know. I read a lot about that one. And those is the factors where it puts people off to come.
For me, a scary part is you can read a review online.
I can make a review. I can make 20,000 reviews.
You can
on
watch
the internet.
a video review, but that doesn't mean that it's real.
No.
That can be false information. Whereas if you speak to a real person and go, when were you there? How did it feel? Who did you talk to?
Any questions you want to ask?
What support did they provide? Like any fears that next person has, by speaking to another person that's been there and done that, makes it real,
All
it
the
makes
photos,
all the difference.
they
We
do.
did a lot of research before we came over, and so we're on a lot of Facebook sites, Australians in Vietnam, and travel to Vietnam, and so you're reading, everybody's experiences and the do's and the don'ts, it's rude to point and things like that, and things to go and see, or what's worth your money, and so they were saying, particularly in Saigon, you were going to have the pickpockets and things more than what you were going to have here, but just to be safe here, don't be silly, and so we took all of that on board when we came. Now, since being here,
we
backpack,
forgot our backpacks.
We left.
With shoes and whatever. They last night in the...
Yeah, we were in the sky deck last night, and we put our bags down with our shopping, went and did our photos, and then only picked up some of our bags and wandered off, got
Left
halfway
ours there.
around, and then realised that our shopping is back at the photo site. So back around, there's the bag still sitting there. Another day we left the backpack
At that first restaurant that we ate. Yeah, at the money.
at the money exchange place. Yeah.
Okay.
And then went off and, we're sat down, we're having lunch.
Benson was in there.
Yeah, that day. And Duke, is it Duke?
Still, yeah.
He went running back to the money exchange place. And they had the bag and...
You got it back. You forgot your phone in one shop.
Yeah, I forgot my phone in a shop.
And we went back and it was still on the shelf as
You could do that back home.
and that no.
God no. God no.
But that was even in the old section.
Yeah, that was...
That
was
nobody
in the
took
old
it.
quarter.
It was
And I went
laying
back
there.
to the shop and she said, "Oh, your phone?" Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So the honesty here, that is really surprising.
No, I can only thank him for a
The
job
work
well
done
done.
so far.
Thank you, doctor. That was a job well done. I think so.
No,
Yes,
we-
I
we
will
just got
see
the
you when I
last
come
step to
back.
go.
Yeah, it's not done. Yeah.
I'm not done, but I am quite confident in your work. And if I wasn't, I would have had doubts to come back. That's just me. That's who I am. I said to her when we came back for my permanent tour, when we returned, boy, oh boy, I'm going to eat myself over and out. Then I can eat everything.
Yeah. No, that's good.